All right, so once again, good morning to everyone. We are very happy to greet everyone here at our today's meeting of the selection committee. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Anna Novosad. I'm currently director of the Directorate of European Integration at the Ministry of Education and Science. I'll be a neutral moderator of our today's meeting. So we have all the European partners present at the meeting, and also almost all of the Ukrainian partners. One more person is joining us in a few minutes. We are very, very thankful. It's very important to stress that we are very thankful to the European partners for your willingness and enthusiasm to help us in establishment of the National Quality Assurance Agency. The agency is the cornerstone of the higher education reform in the country, and the time is ripe to finally select the candidates and finally establish the agency and start its work. According to the law on education and the recent amendments that has been introduced to the new law on education, the members of the National Quality Assurance Agency are appointed by the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine upon the decision of the selection committee. So based on your decision. The main aim of the selection committee is the organization and conduct of the selection of the members of the National Quality Assurance Agency. And the duration of responsibilities of this selection committee is 3 years, with no further right to be resubmitted for this role. That's it for me at the moment. I suggest that everyone introduces himself or herself, and I propose to start with the Ukrainian partners. Please, colleagues.
I will start from myself. My name is Yuri Rashkevich. I am Deputy Minister responsible for higher education and European integration.
And I am Volodymyr Lugovy. I am the first Vice President of National Academy of Educational Sciences of Ukraine.
Hello, my name is Alina Zholot. I am head of Secretariat Ukrainian Association of Students. I am student. Thank you.
Good morning to everybody. My name is Vasil Kostrica. I was delegated to this commission on behalf of the Employers Federations of Ukraine, but my permanent job is a professor at one of the universities of Ukraine. Thank you.
Thank you, colleagues. I propose to switch to the European partner side. I suggest to start with Heli and introduction of yours.
Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you all. I am Heli Matisen, the Director of Estonian Quality Agency for Higher and Vocational Education. And yes, I have been involved in a similar procedure in Moldova, by the way, a couple of years ago, being a member of selection committee of this kind of quality assurance agencies there.
Then we have the European University Association, please.
Yes, my name is Tiia Lokkola. I'm the Director for Institutional Development at the European University Association. My background is basically I'm responsible for our quality assurance activities, and also in that capacity, the executive board member of the European Quality Assurance Register.
Thank you very much, Tia. It's great to have you with us. The European Student Union.
Yeah, thank you. It's very nice to meet you all. Sorry for not being able to turn on my camera. There is some technical issue, I think. Sorry?
We see your picture, so we can...
Oh, okay, because I cannot see it on my screen. I don't know what's the reason. So yeah, my name is Gohar Hovhannisyan. I'm from the European Students' Union, an executive committee member. Originally, I'm from Armenia, and I have experience of working with the QA agencies, and I hope that I will be able to bring some perspective from the students to this all the process. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gohar. And the last member that we have is from Eurasha.
Yes, my name is Patricia Giver. I'm member of the quality assurance.
Patricia, we don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah, now we do. Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Patricia Giver. I'm member of the quality working group of Eurasia, and in that capacity, I was asked to represent Eurasia in this committee. My previous experience is with the Bulgarian National Evaluation and Accreditation Agency, where I was the chief executive of the agency. And now I'm working at the University of Agribusiness and Rural Development as a vice rector responsible for quality assurance and accreditation procedures of the university with our agency.
Okay. Thank you very much, Patricia. Thank you very much, all. I want to stress once again that we appreciate your time dedicated to this endeavor. Your involvement is very, very important to ensure the transparency of the whole process. So the main aim of our today's meeting is not only to get acquainted among each other, but to select the head of the selection committee and the deputy head, and also the secretary of the selection committee. If there are, and also the second point in the agenda is to agree upon the next organizational matters, arrangements, and also how we do communication in the future. If there are no objections or no comments on these two items of the agenda, I suggest to move on to the point of selection of the head of the selection committee. Dear colleagues, if there are no objections or comments from our side and also from the European side. Seems like it sounds okay. Please, dear colleagues, your comments on the head of the selection committee.
Dear colleagues, we here within the Ukrainian part of the Commission have a preliminary discussion who could be proposed for your consideration, the candidate to be elected the chairman of our Commission. So our suggestion, and it was proposed to me to announce these proposals as I am the oldest one here. So, our proposal is to elect Volodymyr Lugovoy, the chairman of our commission. Volodymyr Lugovoy is one of the most well-known and experienced people in high school education issues in Ukraine. He is the member of expert of the higher education reform in Ukraine during the last 10 years. He used to be during also 10 years director of the State Academy of the Public Administration under the President of State, and he is has experience in implementation of many European standards, quality standards for higher education in Ukraine, as well as the participant and developer of the many or elaborator of many legislative acts projects for the Parliament of Ukraine. So our proposal is to elect Volodymyr Lugovoy as the chairman of the commission.
Dear colleagues from the Ukrainian and also from the European side, please express if you have any objections regarding this nomination. I have to also stress that, of course, we had our preliminary meeting with the Ukrainian side, and it's the coordinated position that we would like to propose to the European colleagues as well. Seems like
well, basically, if I can just say, I agree with the proposal.
Yeah, the same.
Yeah.
No objections.
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's very important because we have to put it into our minutes that there are no objections regarding this. Then we have to also select the deputy, and I propose to Volodymyr Lugovoy as the nominated head too. We have to vote. We have to raise the hands. Okay, now we have to raise the hands. I'm sorry, I forgot this very important ritual procedure. So yes, we have to raise our hands in favor. Yes. Okay, we have to raise the hands in favor or not to raise the hand if there are objections regarding this nomination. And before we proceed to that, I would like to say that we have the final member, Mr. Stryjak, has joined our meeting, so we have full quorum. Please, colleagues, who is in favor of this?
Okay. First of all, I'm sorry to be late. It's a huge snow in here today in Kiev, so it's stuck all ways. And I am Peter Stryjak. I am from the National Academy of Sciences. I am corresponding member of the National Academy of Science, working in the Institute of Physical Chemistry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, who is in favor of the nomination of Mr. Volodymyr Lugovoy as the head of the selection committee? Please raise the hands, and we count. We don't see Gohar, but please, Gohar, if you could just say once again your position for the minutes.
Yeah, I'm in favor for it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Who is against? No, and no one abstained. Yeah, except. So now we have to proceed to the deputy head of the selection committee selection.
Dear colleagues, thank you very much for my support, and I try to do best. Now we should elect the vice head of the commission, and we discussed this situation previously, and our opinions for your consideration is to elect the vice head of the commission from European Union. So I propose to elect as vice head of the commission Patricia Giver from Bulgaria.
It's very important to add to what Mr. Lugovoy said, that the role of the deputy head is to substitute the head when he or she, in this case, he is absent. But it's our full 100% commitment to, and it's our actual interest to be present every time during the sitting of the committee. So perhaps there will be no cases when the head is absent, but we think it is important to ensure that the the head position, also deputy head, is not monopolized by the Ukrainians only, and that's why we propose Patricia as the deputy head.
Okay.
Yeah, good suggestion. Good suggestion.
So what's your opinion?
We do agree with the proposal, I guess.
Yes, it sounds good to me.
Yeah, the same from my side.
Patricia?
I'm really honored. Thank you very much for this nomination, and I'll do my best to help and to contribute.
Thank you very much. Let's vote Who is in favor?
I'm in favor.
Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
I congratulate Patricia with election.
Thank you.
Now we should elect the secretary of the commission, and this case we propose to elect from the Ukrainian side Alinu Zholud. She is representative from Ukrainian Association of Students. What is your opinion?
It is very good to have a student on the board. So
Yes,
Yes.
that's excellent proposal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with it.
Yeah, it's a really good initiative to encourage a student to be there as well.
So shall we vote again? or-
Favor?
In favor?
In favor, yes.
In favor, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now we should some organization questions, and
I will say some words concerning the organizational and communicational issues, because I have been contacting with you during last couple of weeks, and I will, together with Alina and together with our head, contact with you during the next weeks. But let me start from our main task. During next weeks, we have to develop the regulations about the election of members of National Agency for Quality Education. Approximately a week ago, I have sent you the first draft of our proposals and asked you to give your feedback. Thank you very much to Patricia. She sent her feedback, very significant concerns, recommendations, and we also ask other EU partners to send us till weekend your opinion. That is why we will analyze your proposals, and at the beginning of next week we will send you the next step of our draft. As I see, according to the question raised by Patricia, you don't have at this stage enough information about the general regulations in our law on higher education concerning the agency as a whole. We have sent you English translation only of one article, which is devoted to the election of members of national agency. But I have to send, and we will send you during next 1-2 days, in English version of our articles connected to this one, and you will see that the general structure of our national agency is as follows. Of course, the core are the members of the national agency, but except of them, it will also be a secretariat where people will work on permanent basis, and also the national agency will organize a set of expert councils to do the expertise in different subject areas. So the general structure of national agency will be much more complicated than only the members of national agency. But I will send you all this information for you to analyze and to have more deeper imagination about our national agency. But I kindly ask you to contact with us continuously because we are going to elect, to nominate, and we are looking forward that our cabinet of ministers will approve our candidates to do this job before the summer. And the significant part of this job is to develop the regulation about the election, because this regulation must be adopted by the cabinet of ministers. If you know, it's not a short procedure. It takes about at least 2 or even 3 months. All we hope that we will do not have any obstacles unpredictable, but at any case, we will try to work as quick as possible. If you have any question, please ask. Patricia? Yeah. Heli.
Yeah, okay. Just the clarification. Can we get the more detailed information about the agency before we give our otherwise we will just ask the same or similar question maybe Patricia asked. When could we get the information?
You ask when you will get the information from us?
Yeah, the more detailed information about structure and the working principles of the Quality Assurance Agency.
I hope not later than next Monday, in 4 days. We will send you a version of all articles devoted to national agencies, so you will have the general imagination about the agency as a whole.
Yeah, just I would prefer to get first the information and then give the feedback.
Okay, definitely. Yeah. Okay. It makes sense, of course. Any more question, please? Oh, Gohar, nice to see you.
Yes.
Yeah, we are seeing you now.
Yeah.
We can see you.
I wanted to say that I also support what Heli just said, and I would also like to have concretely mentioned which is the deadline for finalizing the draft and submitting it, because I'm very thankful that you sent it the draft, but the reason that I didn't manage to have a look on it was that I didn't know an exact deadline till when I need to have done it. So I would very much be thankful if you could mention the exact deadline till when we need to work on it. Thank you.
At this stage, we do not have any deadlines, so it's our job. When we will do that, that will be a deadline. But we hope to develop maybe even final draft of our regulation during the next month. I would like to discuss with you the time and date of next possible meeting also. We discussed previously among Ukrainian partners, and we propose to do the similar meeting at the end of March. 2 dates are at present the most suitable for our side: March 27 or March 28. Please check your schedules. We will be contacting by email during these days, but if we agree one of these 2 dates, or 27 or 29th of March, it will be okay. If you do not have the possibility, we will continue our negotiation and will establish another date. It will be, of course, in April. So roughly we have a little about 1 month to develop the final draft of regulations. What is your opinion? Oh, okay. Ellie?
Yeah, okay, I can just say that I am not available on the 28th of March, but 27 would be okay. And the question would be whether we should at least agree among ourselves the deadlines. It will be quite complicated for you because some of us may send the input 3 weeks later than the others. So we could discuss it with ourselves and agree upon the deadline.
Okay, let me discuss that by emails, because if we agree to have a next meeting on March 27, if everybody, if it's used to everybody, it's okay. I suppose that 1 or 2 steps will be enough for us to develop the final version. Majority of the job will be done, should be done by email communication, and we will arrange next meeting when we have the final version practically agree. So the goal of the next meeting would be only to approve the regulation, because it's a formal procedure. We have to vote again, and after this we will submit it to other cabinet of ministers. Maybe we will communicate by email and agree all other details and proposals, discussions, etc. If it's okay for you, if it's used for you, let me do it this way. Okay?
Yeah. Excellent. For me, it sounds perfect. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, if I may, just one thing. It would be good to fix the meeting, the next meeting, very soon, because my calendar is filling up. So at the moment, the 27th of March, around this time or a little bit later would be okay for me. But if we don't fix it soon, I will have other meetings most probably coming in. So.
Okay, let me do next way. During these 1-2 days, we will prepare. During next 2 days, we will prepare the minutes of our meeting, and together with these minutes, we will send our proposal concerning dates, and we will wait for your feedback and finally agree the date of next formal meeting. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Dear colleagues, are any other questions?
No.
I would like to ask something. If the law on higher education is available in Russian, I would very much appreciate to receive a PDF or Word copy of it, because it's very important to align the regulations for selection and nomination and selection, the whole process of appointment of the members of the Quality Assurance Agency, in line with the rationale, the philosophy behind this process, which is, I assume, in the law on higher education. So this is a basic document that we need to be familiar with, in order to be sure that our ideas, our proposals are in line with the legal background in the field of higher education. So if possible.
Yeah,
if
thank you very much. It
Uh,
absolutely makes sense. We have the law on higher education as well as law on education in English, and we will share it with
perfect.
you. We don't have it.
That's even better. Yes. Okay, then. Yeah, please.
Sure.
If it is in English, perfect. Yes.
Another question? No. So I thank you very much for all of us, and we will be communicate in future our work by email.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yes. Yes, good.
Okay. So bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay,
Goodbye.
thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
once
That
more.
was very quick, really.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Це було не складно.
Дуже дякую.